into the group chat for what is going to be the final time of 2024 in our debut season. We're coming to an end, and I'm lucky enough to have Goran. You're back with us for the final time. Good to have you, mate.
Yeah, the final time, because I thought it was the final time for me last week, but here we are again. But this is the absolute final time, because I'm assuming this time next week everyone's on holiday, right?
Yeah, this time next week? So the Tuesday one would have been a Christmas Eve edition, and then a Boxing Day one, but we're not going to come back till January. I want to enjoy my time off, and I think Phil will be back as well by the time we get...
the mysterious Phil emerges from his slumber.
I think he's meant to be back at work on Monday, so we shall see.
Oh, wow, okay. Seeing is believing, mate.
Well, I won't actually see him. I'm going to be down south, working from home. Taking in hopefully some sun, but I think the long-range forecast for Christmas, especially down my way, is not looking too flash.
Well, where is down your way, if you don't mind me asking?
So, in Wellington, it's actually heaving down at the moment. It's cold wind. It's about 13 degrees. But on Sunday, I'll fly down into Blenheim. Family Christmas in Blenheim, Picton area. So I'll hopefully get out on the boat, do some fishing.
Oh, beautiful, mate.
If it doesn't rain. But yeah.
I wish you all the best for that, Charlie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We need some luck, because last week...
yeah, don't we?
Last week. So I've got my recap here that Harry Brook, that first innings top run scorer, did not go well. Unfortunately, fortunately for the Black Caps, but unfortunately,
it was good for them.
Well, he
horrible for us.
First ball, I believe. O'Rourke snatched him up. Harry Brook deciding not to provide the goods for one final time. Navajo Sterling, we mentioned on Tuesday, he got the win, but not a round one knockout. So that bet, no good. But the Scorchers, the one I said that I just need to see through, get it through and get into rhythm, that did come in. So 1 for 3 for me, which then turned into both my legs in the multi, Goran, came through. Scorchers winning and Chiefs covering the -4 point spread.
Yeah.
Did you go, my friend?
Well, you had a modicum of success, whereas I just shat the bed entirely. I let us down badly, actually. Although there were a couple of near misses. So I had Will Young 50 runs in the first innings, and he was 8 runs shy of that in his first dig. And then he got a 50 in the second. So, I think I was on the right track with Will Young's inclusion and run scoring at the top of the order there. I had a close run thing with the Chelsea-Brentford match, because I multied up Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson, and Brian Mburmo to all score, and 2 of those 3 did get on the score sheet. So again, a very close run thing. And then the hot streak bet was the Auckland FC Melbourne City game, which ended in a 2-2 draw, and I had Auckland to win that match. And who knows, on another day they probably do. Maybe an eagle-eyed VAR officer doesn't pick up Jake Brimmer offside at the corner, and Nadar Moreno's first effort is counted and they go on to win that game. So, 3 very near misses, but ultimately, Charlie, I still shat the bed.
I think we're always on the right track, right? It's just getting that last final push, get it over the line, and that's just where that little bit of luck that we need, that Christmas luck comes into it.
Wouldn't it be nice to have some?
0 for 3, and then... To be fair, I commend you taking on the stat play of the 3 goal scorers, picking that.
It's a bit risky.
That's a hell of a task, and to knock 2 of them down. And probably the most likely was Cole Palmer.
Yeah, exactly, because I feel like if he doesn't score from open play, he's going to score from the penalty spot, right? But he was the one who let me down. So, look, he'll probably score a hatful of goals this weekend in the English Premier League, and I feel even worse.
They got Everton this week, Chelsea, so no doubt he'll probably go and score.
Plenty of opportunity there.
3 and assist 2, potentially, in a 5-2 win.
Yeah, okay, you've called it. Okay, is that your gut play, is it?
Yeah, correct score, 5-2.
If that comes in, man.
I'm actually going to check what that is paying right now. While I do that, what is on this weekend? We've got our A-League and Premier League, Goran. Is there anything that's catching your eye?
Oh, well, I mean, when it comes to the A-League, I'm looking at not just Auckland and not just Wellington. I'm looking at that Melbourne derby, and it's been massively affected by the fact that Patrick Kisnorbo, the Melbourne Victory coach, 6 months after signing a 3-year deal, he's just scarpered. He's gone. He's headed offshore for another opportunity, and so in the shadows of this Melbourne derby, they don't have a coach. They've got no manager. So it's sort of put that massive clash into some kind of disarray. So I'm very fascinated to see how Victory emerge from that against City, who will be buoyed from the 2-2 draw with Auckland FC, the first team to take points off the Black Knights this A-League season. And yeah, obviously I'm keen to see the Wellington Phoenix try and bounce back. We just heard news that Stefan Kolakowski, he's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
He's done an ACL. So he hasn't been a key cog for the Phoenix, but I think on past deeds, we know how good he can be. Hadn't seen the best of him in black and yellow, so that's really disappointing for him and all of the yellow fever out there. But very keen to see them bounce back this weekend against Western Sydney Wanderers, who love to score goals and love to concede them. And then Auckland, I really do not know what to expect when you turn up at the stadium and there's chat of 100 tons of sand being delivered and sandcastle competitions and cocktail drinking and all that sort of stuff going on at Mount Smart. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, so it's going to be New Zealand's biggest inland beach, I believe. And I couldn't work out whether it's meant to be targeted towards a kid's family zone or towards like my group, because they're serving beach-themed cocktails. And I don't know, I was asked this morning if I'm going to show up to the next Auckland game in my budgie smugglers. So who knows?
Oh, please. Yeah. This is from a guy who, doesn't get his kid off when the Phoenix are ahead at the 80-minute mark.
No.
You're going to turn up to the Auckland game in your budgie smugglers.
Different stories for the Black Knights.
God. Yeah, so, but it is hard. To your point, it is hard to sort of reconcile or understand who this is targeted at if you've got sandcastle building competitions and cocktails to be consumed.
Yeah, so like I have no idea. Are the parents going to drop their kids off at the pool and the sandcastle pile on one side of the beach, and then they're going to head over to the beach bar and get some beach-themed cocktails?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if the weather is shit, it's going to be a terrible time on the beach. But if the weather goes out, there might be some tanning opportunities. Yeah,
very true. When you go to the beach, though, the thing that I enjoy is getting into a quick outdoor shower. Are we to assume that anybody who goes to the beach at Mount Smart this weekend and on the 1st, and I think it's on the 18th as well, do they have access to the players' showers before they jump on the bus and head home, or what?
Yeah, well, definitely something to at least wash your feet, because if you're walking around like jandals, sandals, Crocs, slides, whatever you wear, if you're putting them straight back on after you got sand on your feet, there's something wrong with you. I think you're a psycho if you're doing that. So at least something to wash your feet. I don't know. You reckon the Auckland guys will welcome them into the changing room?
Maybe. Yeah.
Otherwise,
possibly.
Are going to get a little outdoor shower put in just for the beach.
Just like Ali Williams is out there with a hose and he's just like spraying everybody down before they leave the stadium. I mean, to the football itself, I'm very keen to see how they bounce back after dropping points for the first time, the Black Knights. And if we see Verstraete back in the midfield, we know for sure that we aren't going to see Dan Hall for 10 to 12 weeks. Yeah. And we also know for certain that Cam Howison is out for, I think, between 4 and 5 weeks as well. So they will have change, and how Steve Corica copes with that change, I'm really keen to see. I wonder whether, like we saw Sakai move into central defence and Callan Elliott move out onto the right against City to cover for Dan Hall's absence. And I'm wondering if we see maybe a change from that, keep the captain out on the right and bring in Tommy Smith. But look, I'm no coach, I'm no manager, but when you've got Tommy Smith, who's a current all-white squad member, just sitting on the bench, I know which way I'd rather go. Although having said that, I really did enjoy Callan Elliott's time at the Wellington Phoenix, and his performances there were so good that he got into the all-whites. But, I mean, they've got great depth, don't they?
I do think they get more out of Sakai playing down that right as well. Just his physicality on that right-hand side defending, but then also his ability to get forward and attack and create those opportunities in the final third as well. Something if he's playing in that centre-back position, you're not going to get that attacking stuff out of him. So I'd like to see him move back to the right. Back to that beach, though. Do we buy tickets for the beach, or do you just rock up?
I think you buy a ticket that grants you special access to the beach.
So there's something like VIP ropes around the beach, the bouncer, and
which is exactly what it's like here at Long Bay in Auckland. Yeah. I have my own roped off section. I don't sell tickets because nobody wants to hang out with me. But I'm pretty sure I read that, Charlie, that you can buy a ticket to the game, obviously, and then maybe there's an add-on, an extra charge to get you beach access at Mount Smart.
And do we know where it's going? Is it going to be down opposite the port? Or I feel like it's the only place it could happen, right? Like under that, under the big screen, down that end, where all the food and
so the north end.
The north end, yeah.
Yeah. That would make sense to me, and it would be easiest to truck the sand in and out of there because that's where that little access road goes down to, so that all the cars and vending services can get in and out of.
Yeah, well, we kind of talked about how they're going to get the fans in over the Christmas and holiday break, and I mean, this seems to be what they're doing. If it works, fair play to them.
Yeah, good luck to them. Yep.
In that Chelsea game, 5-2 correct score, paying $41.
Well, get on it, mate, and then multi it up with a Cole Palmer hat trick, as you said.
Cole Palmer hat trick, yeah. Actually, I don't know. I did mention to you about the darts. One of the things I saw in the darts yesterday, I can't remember where this dude was from, but he worked his way, played himself into the World Darts Championship, and a fan messaged him, and he goes, "Oh, hey, mate, big fan, love your work, well done getting to it. Quick favour, if you hit a 180, can you turn around and do the Cole Palmer celebration to the crowd? Have you seen that?"
No.
So this guy turns around and he's got no front teeth and he's just banged a 180. He's about to lose. And he just turns around, the biggest smile, and gives it a little shiver.
Oh, brilliant. It's everywhere, eh? Cole Palmer is everywhere.
I mean, if my mates are celebrating like that on your Wednesday night social twilight football. And then you've got a guy on the PWC World Dart Championship celebrating as well.
It's kind of taking over from the Ronaldo celebration, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I suppose maybe that's got something to do with the fact that Cole Palmer's stock is rising and we're seeing him, like he's highly visible in the English Premier League, right? We're watching him week in, week out. He's scoring goals, he's celebrating. Whereas with Ronaldo, and he was highly visible for, 20 years, but now he's in Saudi Arabia making all that coin. Nobody's watching it. No. So we're kind of forgetting about the great man, aren't we? CR7.
Yeah. The other one that was making its round, it was probably earlier in the year, though, was the Jude Bellingham, that celebration. Plenty of memes came out of that one as well.
Yeah.
What else have we got this weekend? I mean, there's no Test cricket till Boxing Day when Aussie take on India. The New Zealand Test cricket summer is over, but we welcome Sri Lanka for a white ball series, I believe, kicking off on the 27th or the 28th of December.
Yeah, 28th.
28th. We got the PWC Darts World Championship going on, and I really wanted to make a bet for that, but the games or the matches, just heavy favourites. Like your Michael Van Gerwen and your Luke Littlers, your Luke Humphreys are all $1.05 favourites.
Oh, okay.
And then a futures bet doesn't come through till the tournament ends at the start of Jan, so I'm going to have to leave that out, but my goodness, I love the darts, watching the darts this time of year.
Mate, I've never been massive on the darts, but earlier in the year I went to the New Zealand Darts Masters down in Hamilton, and it's such a cool event. It's a really awesome, like the way they run it is fantastic. All the fans come in and the access to the players as they come in and they get their selfies and all that sort of stuff with the fans, and everybody's dressed up, and there's no real issues either. You think that people are going to be in the one spot drinking heavily for hours on end. There were no problems whatsoever. I think the one and only problem was something that you and I mentioned a couple of weeks ago where the Kiwi guy had his car broken into after he appeared for the first time on TV, and then he goes back to his car being broken into and maybe even stolen. But that was the only issue, right?
Yeah.
And from a production side of things, the crew that are running it, they are next level, man. Because, you know, I suppose here in New Zealand you get used to a diet of rugby league, football, cricket coverage, and maybe cricket is like the hardest one to put to air because you need so many cameras and you're cutting from, you know, behind the bowler to wherever the batsman's hit the ball, and then the ball gets thrown in, so you need a camera on the wicket keeper and all that sort of carry on. With the darts, you've got one on the player, he throws the dart, and then you've got somebody out the back who's calculating what the next dart is going to be.
Yeah.
And so they're communicating that to the producers and the directors, and so they need to have it on, you know, triple 20 or double 17, or, you know, and it's honestly, it's mind-blowing the level of detail that's gone into the production element. I mean, from a fan's point of view, it's awesome, wonderful time, but yeah, on the other side, it's like just as amazing.
Yeah, when you're watching it on TV and they're going triple 20, and all of a sudden it cuts down to triple 19 and the player's going for triple 19, it almost thinks, are we getting delayed coverage here so they can do it? But no, it's actually this guy working out the best combinations for them to get a finish, and they just know that he's going to go to triple 20. And it's very rarely they miss if they go to a triple 19. The guy is usually pretty spot on with when they go to a triple 19 or what doubles they're going to. I just love watching it. The Ali Pali Stadium over in the UK just pops off. I mean, this tournament is a lot. I think it's 2 weeks or something, and it goes for a long time. And guys, the fans show up every night and just back it up night after night after night. And it is such a good watch. I'd love to get there one day. I think I got to start at the Hamilton Darts.
Start off nice and easy.
And then work your way up.
Yeah, you got it. I managed to secure a dartboard because they go through them, man. Like, I mean, you're talking about, days on end competition. This was a couple of nights for a few hours at a time, right? But they go through those dartboards like you wouldn't believe. And I managed to, I didn't nick one. I actually asked for permission, and they said, yeah, no worries.
One they used on
yeah, I used one. I used one. And, you know, like if you go to a pub and you see the dartboard and it's just like Swiss cheese, there are holes all over this thing, right? But the dartboard that I have, and I haven't used it because I want to sort of keep it as pristine as possible. It's just absolutely hammered in the triple 20 and basically nowhere else. So that's how accurate these guys are. Now, I suppose the thought process behind a lot of people when they think about darts is, in the pub, drinking, smoking, and just having fun. But they're serious professionals these days. There's a lot of money involved. And so they, instead of the piss drinking and the cigarette smoking, it's, guys are on the waters and looking after themselves.
Yeah, they're actually locked in and try because there's money on the line. My question is how do you realize you're good at darts? Like, how do you then go, like, say Luke Littler, how does he realize he is a good dart player and I'm going to be the number one in the world? Are you sitting at the pub with your dad, just throwing a couple darts, and then you're like, shit, I'm quite good at this. Let's keep going. Or you just enjoy watching and you're like, yeah, I'm going to keep playing more. And you just kind of realize you're actually good and you're getting better. So you just actually work on it. Because I don't know anyone or how you train darts.
But that's one side of it. And then the other is the mathematics, being able to make the calculation on the fly, because you see how rapidly they go through it, the 3 darts. And if we're lucky, we'll see a 9 darter or whatever. How quickly are they able to compute in their brains the dart that they need? It's like to check out. It's phenomenal stuff. So the ability is one side, and then the calculations are a different beast altogether.
And it's all a rhythm thing, right? Like if I'm throwing darts, I'm going dang, 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 and as soon as I lose that rhythm, I have no idea what's going on. So for them to just be like, triple 20, triple 19, double 18 for the finish. When you stop to think about it and you lose that rhythm, so they got it. You're right. You got to be quick with the maths as well. I feel like it's in the similar realm. Not darts, but Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury, the rematch. You had your eyes on that?
Not really. I mean, Tyson Fury is a guy that cracks me up, though.
Yeah.
ever since he turned up to that press conference dressed up as Batman a few years back, I just thought this dude's a bit of a character. So I don't mind him. I don't really, pay for a pay-per-view boxing event because I feel like I'm not going to get value for money really. Yeah. But yeah, he's a guy who cracks me up, and I just think it's pretty funny that he rocks up dressed as Batman to a presser. Who does that?
Tyson Fury. I mean, he does not care one bit, and he's just one of the best heavyweight boxers of all time, and just doing his thing and just travels. Have you seen his show? I'm pretty sure it's.
Nah.
I've not seen it either, but I think I've heard good things about it.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Oh, on the watch list for the new year, is it?
I think so. I think it might be on Netflix.
Okay. Maybe I'll check it out, mate. Well, but in terms of the fight, what are you thinking?
Well, their fight back in May, Usyk won by a split decision. Felt like he dominated the fight, as every boxer does think. A lot of fans think it was closer than originally or how it was scored. Tyson Fury got knocked down in the 9th round, I think maybe for the first time in his career, but was dominating rounds 1 to 7. Looked like he had Usyk on the ropes and could have a finish at any point. So a tight one. Usyk is the favorite at $1.70 something. Tyson outside at $2.20. I think we've got a betcha boost on Tyson Fury to win by knockout, paying $4 or $5 as well. I'll check that later on. So I don't know. It's going to be a tight one. It could go either way again, just like the first one. I don't know how either fighters have been training. I don't keep up with it at all until probably the week before, like I've done here. So yeah, that's my take.
Yeah, good info.
Split decision.
Basically,
maybe.
Get on Tyson Fury.
If you want to get on the betcha boost, that is good value. Yeah. Okay, we've done a lot of talking, a lot of prep.
We have. Yeah.
And we know what we need to do now. The job is we need to pick some winners.
Let's do this, man. Let's do this.
Gut play. What are you doing?
My gut, and I'm probably going to cop a lot of shit for this one, but my gut is telling me that Auckland FC are going to lose for the first time to Western United, and I'm getting on Western United to the tune of $5.25.
Wow.
Yeah, and a 2-horse race, man, where, in football, anything can happen. $5.25 I thought was too good to turn down. Couple of reasons. They scored 4 in beating Sydney FC the other week, and they did that on the back of only 36% possession. So a few goals in this team. And they've had a good recent run of form. I think in their last 4 matches, they've had 2 wins and a draw. So a win for them wouldn't be, out of the realms of possibility. And I think, heading into the Christmas break, the injuries that we've mentioned previously, maybe Auckland are there to be taken. So, Western United is my gut play at $5.25, Charlie.
Wow, okay, that's some serious value. And we talked about it on Tuesday. I mean, they conceded first against the Phoenix. Next game, they then go and draw, conceding 2 goals. Does the pattern then lead to a loss? And your gut's saying, yes, it does.
Yeah, it does this weekend, mate. What about your gut?
My gut is telling me the Kansas City Chiefs are going to roll into the playoffs. They're going to beat the Houston Texans by a score margin of 1-13. Now, the Chiefs, despite being back-to-back Super Bowl champions, have not fired on offense at all this year. They're one of 4 teams to not score 30 points throughout the season. The Texans, they're good, but again, they've just kind of fallen off a little bit. Their quarterback, CJ Stroud, second year in the league, has kind of had a bit of a dip in form. Unbelievable last year, not up to expectations this year. But the Chiefs are just a different team come December, January, when it's the crunch time. So I'm going to take my Kansas City Chiefs to win 1-13. It's going to be tight. They're not going to blow them out. They're not blowing any teams out this year. But you're getting $2.15 for that. So for my gut to back the boys out there at home, Pat Mahomes, slightly injured, but he is going to play, which also leads into the fact that I just think they're going to win and keep turning up. Keep churning out wins. They know how to win ugly. And usually when you win ugly, it's between 1-13. So
okay,
that's what we're going for.
Yeah, sounds good, mate. Our guts aren't letting us down. I reckon a couple of sound bets there.
Mm. The guts are going to pull through. How
Yeah,
about
mate.
the stats? Let's do the stats.
Okay, so stat one for me, I've got the Phoenix winning and more than 2.5 goals in the game against Western Sydney Wanderers. And the reasons for that, so Wanderers, they score goals, but they concede goals. So what is it? In 7 matches this year, they've scored 15 and they've conceded 14. So you're kind of looking at like an average scoreline of 2-2, right? So I feel like that's a safe bet to take on. The Wellington Phoenix looking to bounce back after a number of disappointments. You've got Costa Barbarouses who can score goals. He's got 5 for the season. Milanovic from Western Sydney Wanderers, he's got 5. And Borrello has 4. So there are goals at the pointy end of the field for both teams.
Yeah,
I think there are plenty of goals in this one, but Chiefy with the bounce back win. So that little multi is paying 448.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because Phoenix are underdogs in that game, eh? I think paying around $3 just to win it.
Yeah. So for all of those reasons and for those statistics, I'm backing the Knicks in a game that sees more than 2.5 goals.
Nice. That's good stuff. I like it. I was actually thinking maybe the Phoenix are just a good bet just to play, just to win it outright at $3 was one of my thought processes heading into this weekend. But I'm glad to see that you have actually taken advantage of that and jumped on it. So I thought you might have, so I left it out of mine.
Oh, good thinking. You know, I'm obsessed with the Knicks. So what's your stat play?
So the Big Bash kicked off last week, 1-for-1, picking the Scorchers to win. They were dominant over the Stars, as they have been. This week, I'm going Lockie Ferguson. He made his debut for the Sydney Thunder in their game against the Adelaide Strikers. He picked up 3 for 24 and was their top bowler. He's taken 3 wickets in each of his last 4 T20 games. And he's been the top bowler in each of those games. And he is paying $4.20 to be the Sydney Thunder's top bowler against the Sydney Sixers this week in the Sydney Smash.
That's great value.
There is Daniel Sams, who also took 3 wickets, but he had 3 for 27, where Lockie had 3 for 24. Lockie, he's opening the bowling, so he's getting 2 overs at the start, 1 over during the middle, and then an over at the death. So really, prime time for him to take wickets, and he's been doing it for the last 4 games. So why not take him again to be Sydney Thunder's top bowler? $4.20.
Nice, mate. Oh, that's good. And is Lockie still rocking the mo, or is he?
Yeah, I think
he
so.
Is.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah,
loves that mo, and I believe he just wears and reps the number 69 wherever he goes and plays too. So,
well, what's the whole affinity there with the number 69 for Lockie? Do you reckon?
I don't know. Maybe his dad was born in 1969.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Big fan of Bryan Adams. Summer of '69.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe he is a big fan of the summer of '69.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, we might need to ask him. I could ask. I chatted to Ish Sodhi at Chasing the Fox the other day, so maybe we'll reach out to Ish Sodhi, see if he knows the reason behind Lockie in the number 69.
Yeah. Love to get to the bottom of that one. Yeah.
Okay, let's do a hot streak.
Hot streak, Charlie. This one could go either way because both teams are on a hot streak. I'm looking at Nottingham Forest. I'm looking at Brentford in the English Premier League. So Brentford are hosting Forest. Forest are 4th in the Premier League. So they are hot themselves. So they've got 28 competition points. And when you think about their last campaign, they narrowly avoided relegation and they only accrued 32 all season. So they're 4 points off what they achieved last campaign. It's insane how well Nottingham Forest are going. And obviously they've got Chris Wood up top who has 10 goals for Forest. So they are running red hot. But so too are Brentford at home. Their away form sucks, but at home, they've played 8, won 7, drawn 1. They have not lost at home. What I'm saying is that Forest will be the first team to beat them because they are running so hot. And a win for Forest is paying $3.10. just getting on the win, $3.10.
Yeah.
They are the outsider in this one, even though they are fourth in the Premier League and Brentford's down the pile.
Yeah, we're at Brentford. They're like sitting 13th, 14th, or 15th or something.
Yeah, they're definitely outside the top 10, but they are favourites in this one because their home form is so hot. So a really fascinating encounter coming up this weekend. But I've backed the Kiwi. I'm backing Chris Wood and his Forest team to finally knock Brentford over at home.
Yeah, I like it. Back in local. I saw those odds when I was going through and looking at the Premier League, and I was thinking, this can't be right. So dove into a little further and found exactly what you found in 7 wins at home from 8 games with a draw.
Yeah.
Wow. And that kind of made sense. But also, I think Nottingham, just like you, I think they've got what it takes to get the first win and knock them over. So
here's hoping, man. Yeah.
Nice.
What about your wee hottie?
My wee hottie is going to be on the boxing. I am going to back Alexander Usyk, actually. He's 22-0, so it's a hot streak of 22 fights without a loss.
That's really hot.
Streak.
Yeah.
He broke Tyson Fury's hot streak last time they fought. So Tyson Fury had 34 bouts. He had 1 draw, 34 unbeaten fights, and Usyk beat him. So there's a hot streak broken. And Usyk is going to carry on. I don't think he's going to knock him out, though. So I think it is going to be a tight one. I said it at the start. It's going to be tight. It's going to go to decision. So I've got Usyk to win by decision, paying $3.
Okay.
He's only had 14 knockouts. Only had 14 knockouts, I should say. Which means 8 wins by decision. Tyson Fury, I don't think he's going to go down without a fight, obviously. He's pretty rough. He's got a good jaw, so I think he's going to take some shots, and it's going to go to the scorecard. If it goes to the scorecard, could go either way, but I'm going to back the champ, Usyk.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Fury, he doesn't really look like an athlete, but he's so resilient. The number of times you've seen him on the canvas, probably very rare, but whenever he gets down there, the way he pops back up like he's the Undertaker from WWE is quite insane, really. Like, you'd think he's gone for all money, then up he comes.
Yeah,
to deliver a tombstone pile driver.
I think resilient is the word to use there. It's good.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, working on my vocab for this.
That's good. I like it. It's helping me too, you know. All right, let's do our group chat multi. Let's see if we can get one through. Chelsea correct score 5-2 is just staring at me in the face right now.
Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna put it in there?
Tell me what you've got first.
Well, I've got India to win the Boxing Day test. So we're playing the long game here because obviously Boxing Day's a week away, and then you've got to wait a few more days on the top of that. But India's record recently in the Boxing Day test, I think they last lost in 2011, and since then they've been in 3 Boxing Day tests with a draw and 2 wins. So they're not overawed by the occasion. They're familiar with success in this venue on this day. So I want in our multi India to beat Australia if I could at $2.75.
That you can. I've got it in there already for you. I like it.
You beauty.
At the G, have you ever been to a Boxing Day test?
Nah, I'd love to, man. I'd love to. I know like friends of mine have been, and they say it's just the best thing ever. A number of years ago when New Zealand played and got shafted, they were like, this is the best thing we've ever done. And I'm like, shit, I wish I had done that. But what about you? Have you been, or have you got plans to go?
Have not been, would love to go. I believe the Black Caps are playing the Boxing Day test. Might be 2027.
Yeah, it's coming up in a couple of years, I think.
So maybe I'll try and make that excuse to get over there for that game.
Yeah,
I want to get to the MCG. I've not been to the MCG for anything. I think one of the events that could have been good was Taylor Swift. I heard that was a hell of a show at the G.
Interesting shout.
Or the Ed Sheeran show, like a concert at the G.
It's probably more my pace, yeah.
Ed Sheeran. What about the AFL Grand Final at the G?
Oh, that would be cool for the experience. Don't really follow AFL, but yeah, knowing that there'd be almost 100,000 people in there crammed in, having a great time. I'd like to be involved. I mean, look, maybe Taylor Swift's concert would be something that appeals to me. I don't know.
Might be. If you like live entertainment, Taylor Swift might.
I do, but I feel like I'd also be about 20, 25 years older than the majority of people in there.
Oh, I feel like you might be surprised, you know.
Well, yeah, like dads chaperoning their daughters. Yeah. Maybe there's like a section for people like us.
Drop the kids off and they go over that way. Just like Auckland FC are doing for the beach. Drop the kids off there, go to the bar.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, have yourself a cocktail.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. It worked for us last week. They covered -4. If it ain't broke, don't change it. So I'm going Chiefs -3. Instead of the 1 to 12, I'm just going to go lay it off. They can win by 4 or more, as many as they like, as long as you win by 4. Come on, the Chiefs. That's giving us $1.90 in there to add our second leg of the multi.
Okay.
Where you going for the third one? And then I'll toss up whether I go Chelsea 5-2.
Oh, mate, just because I reckon we put the Western United win over Auckland FC in. I mean, that $5.25 is outstanding value. And if it comes in,
okay,
on top of your Chelsea Everton 5-2 score,
maybe we do too, mate. I'll do one with my I've got Fulham in there -1, so just to beat Southampton by 2 or more goals. Southampton stink at the bottom of the pile. Fulham sneaky good with what draws against Aston Villa, Arsenal, Liverpool, and a win over Brighton. I think Fulham can get the job done by 2. So let's do that multi. So Fulham, Chiefs, India, and Western United as a multi without the Chelsea 5-2, and we're gonna odds boost that thing.
I think we kind of have to. It's Christmas time after all, so let's boost it, mate.
A little stocking filler. That gets us $62 odds with the odds boost. So that is divine. And now let's see what it looks like with a little Chelsea.
You're going to put that in there as well.
Yeah, we'll do it with. So I'll take out Fulham. So we'll go Chelsea 5-2, Western United to beat Auckland FC. Let's go to Kansas City to win by more than 4. We're currently sitting at without putting India in there because they're also underdogs.
Yes.
408. Okay, let's get to the cricket. India, $2.75. There is a multi worth adding to your Christmas list. $1,124 that is paying.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Yeah, get on that. I'm sure we'll all have great success.
For you. I've got to odds boost it too. Gets us to $2.59.
Oh, what a way to finish the year. If that comes in, oh my goodness.
$10 slap to win $12,500.
Well, come on, Western United. I think that's the first. Is that the first part of our? Is that the first leg of our multi?
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah,
it will be. And then come on, India in the Boxing Day chest to wrap it up.
Yes,
you're going to start us off and finish us off for $12,500. If we win it, I'll share it with you.
Oh, mate, you're the best. Thanks, Charlie.
As a little Christmas present for you, New Year present as well.
Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, what a way to start off 2025.
Yeah, well, I think let's just leave it at that. That's a hell of a way to finish. $12,500 in the bank if India can get the job done at Boxing Day. We'll leave it there. If you are going to have a punt over the New Year, over the Christmas break, have a good time, but do it responsibly. My bets will be on my profile. Goran, yours will be on yours. If you want to follow along, because I think this is a winning week, jump on board. We will see you next year. Thanks for listening as always. And thank you to you, Goran, for joining as you have done over the last couple of weeks. Really appreciate it. It's been great to have you on.
Yeah, absolute pleasure, mate. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to you and yours and everybody else out there. Stay safe driving around the country and, take on plenty of water because this summer's going to be hot.
Oh, yeah. All righty. Peace out.